Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone just announced Year of the Hydra, and I haven't seen the announcement trailer yet, so let's take a look at what is being announced, and yeah, I'm dying to see what's going to come. Well, greetings, Ben.
Game Director of Hearthstone. Today, we're showing what's next as we depart the Year of the Gryphon and set off into a mysterious new chapter.
Mysterious chapter? Okay.
Welcome to the Year of the Hydra.
Hydra.
There are several legendary surprises coming to Hearthstone this year.
Okay.
And we can't wait to share them with you.
All right. Well, just share them. I'm ready. My body is ready.
Instead, we're doubling down on fresh content for our existing modes, while adding quality of life features, gameplay improvements, and looking to increase the overall stability of Hearthstone.
They're going to make everything better. Okay.
One of the big additions that we made to the game in 2021 was
mercenaries. Yay.
Many of you have been on epic adventures and battled through some of Azeroth's most familiar locations.
Pow.
Elite teams of the most iconic.
Don't know if they were that elite, but they were teams.
Now the team's focus for the future is on expanding the end game experience, which
Okay.
includes an all-new
End game
system
experience.
to open up fresh challenges and exciting events.
Mm-hmm.
Also continue to add a wide breadth of new content through zones, bounties, and mercenaries, all through regular updates.
Okay.
Now, on a related note, many of you have already leveled up your parties by now, and your excess coins for those mercenaries aren't nearly as exciting or useful.
No, they definitely aren't.
That's been
okay.
top of mind for us. And we want
Show
to
me.
address it later this year.
No! You have got to be kidding me.
Power and specialized traits to your max level mercenaries.
Power and specialized traits.
Taking on the significantly harder trials
Oh.
awaiting your parties. Now, there's a
Well, that's like, okay, so we'll be able to customize our mercenaries. So this means that we need even more coins after maxing our mercenaries in order to complete more challenges. Yeah, that's going to be so much grinding, right? Like, it's not enough. I can't even max all of my mercenaries. And now, instead of just maxing them, then oh. But that's coming later this year, so nothing coming yet. Okay. All right. What else?
ton of other exciting content.
All right. Show me.
Designer Liv Breeden will be here to talk about our next expansion, Voyage to the Sunken City.
All right. Constructed
and also
Voyage.
Other exciting changes coming to Standard. Lead designer Dean Ayala will be joining us to share more on
What a picture of Dean.
Battlegrounds. And finally, Hearthstone's executive producer Nathan Lyon-Smith will be announcing some exciting new features coming to Hearthstone very soon.
New features.
On behalf
All
of
right.
myself and the whole Hearthstone team, we'd like to thank the millions of you who play every day for being a part of Hearthstone.
Well, you're welcome.
Whether you're a seasoned multi-mode legend, a brand new player, or anywhere in between, the tavern doors are always open and everyone is welcome. We can't wait
Everyone
for you
is
to see
welcome
all the
here.
surprises coming this year, and we hope to see you join us in game for the Year of
the Hydra.
Well met. I'm
Well met.
Voyager extraordinaire.
Arr.
The Year of the
A
Hydra
pirate
will be
apparently
a
as well.
journey, but the rewards will be great.
Loot.
Begin our descent
Arr.
heading deep into the trenches of the ocean on a voyage to the sunken city.
Yep.
The
That's what's
ancient
going on.
ruins of Zinajari are protected by the Naga,
Yep.
whose dark dealings with old gods have twisted their bodies.
Yeah, that's
As we
kind of a
hop aboard the
bummer.
Leviathan and begin our adventure, remember to prepare for threats of a colossal scale.
Colossals.
Beware Hydra.
All right. Hydralodon. So a Colossal Hunter card. 7 mana. Colossal +2, so it summons 2 additional minions, which are these heads. Battlecry give you a Hydralodon heads rush. Hydralodon head. Death rattle if you control Hydralodon, summon 2 Hydralodon heads. Death rattle if you control Hydralodon, summon 2 Hydralodon heads. Whoa. So the rush effect is a battle cry. So the first 2 have rush, but the others will not, right? Because battle cry effect has already been expended. So then you will have 4 heads, but none of them will have rush. But they will have the death rattle. So if you kill the heads before the main body, then there's always going to be more heads. It is a Hydra. I love that design. That's a very thematic design. Whether that's a strong design is another matter. 7-mana hunter card, yeah. Well, it is a beast. There are some beast synergies, interesting beast synergies in Hunter, so okay, maybe.
It's a colossal minion that summons its other heads when it enters the battlefield. When one of those heads is chopped off, 2 more will sprout up to take its place. If you can't destroy the source of the heads, you'll be up a creek without a paddle.
Yeah, those additional ones don't have rush anymore.
On this year of adventure. The new additions to the core rotation, of course.
All right.
You say adventure, and the League of Explorers answer the call.
Seriously?
Nino Jackson, Brand Bronzebeard, Elise Starseeker,
It's true.
and Finley Mergleton have all returned to join you on your voyage to the...
Okay, the rumors were true. I didn't really believe them. So Reno is coming. So that means support for Highlander decks is coming. Okay? Because typically in a card game you don't want to build a Highlander deck, you want to build for consistency. You want to use as many copies of a card as you're allowed to, because you want to be drawing those cards, you want to be using them. But is Reno like... At 6 mana I can heal the full. Is that good enough in the current game? I'm not sure, but we are losing some of the aggressive power, so maybe? Bran Belgress triggering twice. Perhaps with some kind of combo, we'll see. Elise's map to the Golden Monkey, well, that, I think that probably is outdated. What about Sir Finley? Discover a new basic hero power. That's been used in like some of the... Because it's just a basic hero power, it's not an improved hero power. And actually, I'm not sure if Finley is going to see play. So Reno and Bran are the ones that are probably going to be the strongest of these, and Elise and Finley probably won't make it.
Bottom of the ocean. Of course, we're also taking this opportunity to bring back some old friends too. Wild Pyromancer, Acolyte of Pain, Doomsayer,
Seriously?
Sea Giant, and Tar Creeper are just some of the cards that are being added to neutral.
Okay. So, yeah. That Pyro Acolyte of Pain, that is giving me some traumatic memories of trying to play Priest. Mostly traumatic memories of trying to play as Priest, I suppose, because Priest typically hasn't been that great even when Pyromancer and Acolyte have been around. But yeah, that's some neutral card draw. Acolyte is a neutral card draw engine. Doomsayer, again, like some of this stuff that used to be very dominant, very strong in the game, are coming now to the corset, but are they still good enough? That's an interesting question that would need to be analyzed further once we see all of the new expansion, once we see the entirety of the cards that are available. Like, sure, these were staples back in their day, but there's been a lot of power creep in Hearthstone. Are they still good enough? I'll figure that out once I start to build some actual decks once we have all the cards available.
Mage is getting a big boost to its big spells. Calicos, Pyroblast, and Blizzard are back to fill out Mage's...
Okay, so Calicos was another one that was rumored to return. And, well, there's this spell that summons those dragons, but if you discover Calicos from that, you have already cast a spell on that turn, so Calicos does not give you another spell that would cost 0. On the other hand, if you manage to cast that by playing a minion, and then it gets casted, and then you randomly get Calicos, then you will get a free spell on top, but not when you actually get to use the Discover effect. Pyroblast, 10 mana for 10 damage. Like, in a world where Ignite is a thing, why would you use Pyroblast? What is the reason? What's the purpose? I really don't know. But Blizzard, 2 damage to all enemy minions and freeze them. The ability to freeze an entire board. We know from Shaman, we know from Burn Shaman how powerful the ability to freeze entire boards can be, and Blizzard is a very, very interesting card.
Heavy hitter spellbook. Priestessing some elemental love with Lair the Sun Shard and Radiant Elemental. They'll also be seeing the return of Northshire.
You have got to be kidding me.
With Draconid Operative and Murazond the Infinite. Warlock is spreading its evil around with...
We need to take... this back a little bit. So you have Lyra and Radiant Elemental. That's some of the worst junk ever in Hearthstone. Like random, very, very annoying stuff. Nochai Cleric used to be stable in Priest, very powerful card draw engine. Priest hasn't had that powerful card draw lately, so yeah, that's interesting. Dragonid Operative, it was a totally overpowered card when it was originally released, and it was done intentionally, because Dragon Priest was too weak. It was like sort of playable, but you wouldn't have any reason to play it. And they printed Dragon Operative for the final moments of Dragon Priest in that standard format. So Priest would have this one super card in that Dragon Priest, in that mid-range Dragon Priest deck, and then Priest would just be able to roll with that, and it actually made the deck really strong. So that one coming back now, yeah. That's interesting, because I have been playing around with some of these mid-range Dragon Priest ideas, and with Operative coming back, with Murozond coming back, this means that mid-range Dragon Priest could actually be a thing. But yeah, that random spell stuff, I hate that. I hate that so much, but oof, it is what it is.
Warlock is spreading its evil around with some of its best tiny demons, Voidwalker and Imp Gang Boss. We also know how much some of you love to discard, so we're also bringing Darkshire Librarian and High Priestess Jeklik back.
Okay, well, I don't know who wants to discard. I mean, discard is possibly the worst mechanic, perhaps alongside Evolve mechanic that's ever been printed for Hearthstone. Total failure in all accounts, but apparently Blizzard loves that. Yeah. Especially this Darkshire Librarian, this is this old-fashioned discard style. The newer discard style that they went to after a while was that you discarded like your lowest cost card, you discarded your highest cost card. So you had some control over it, and that kind of made it more palatable, and it also made it a little bit more interesting gameplay-wise. But this Darkshire Librarian, this is just full random discard, so that's just an absolutely terrible card. Jeklik, well, don't lie still when you discard set 2 copies of it to your hand. Yeah, in this meta, is it really going to be strong enough? Voidwalker and Imp Gang Boss used to be really powerful cards. They are bringing back a lot of these old-timers, cards that were staples back in their day, and now we're going to get to see whether they are still playable in the power creep meta. And, I mean, some kind of Demon Zoo deck. I would love to play some kind of Demon Zoo deck. I've been trying to build Demon Zoo decks every once in a while, and I suppose I will give these a try and see if something can be done with that.
Rogue, or should I say Maestra, is getting some support with HenchClan Burglar and Tess Greymane.
Oof, so more random stuff.
Druid finally decides they're tired of only choosing one, with the return of Fandral Staghelm, Wrath, Living Roots, and Ancient of Lore. Shaman has remembered their roots, and by that I mean flooding the board with minions and destroying your opponent with Flametongue Totem and Bloodlust. Hunter didn't feel complete without its old friend Animal Companion. Joining them, some fan favorites with Houndmaster Shaw and Candleshot.
This is kind of interesting. They're bringing back a lot of cards that used to be staples. So this is an improvement to the power level of the core set. And if the core set is becoming more powerful, then maybe there is more room to build some kind of budget decks for this game. So that's one interesting aspect to explore. Like, are these cards going to be strong enough to actually enable better budget decks? Like, I built one zero-cost deck in the recent expansions. It was the Demon Hunter deck. And even that really didn't work out late in Fractured in Alterac Valley. There was a brief moment in time where you could actually play a zero-cost deck and have it do something. And maybe these will give it a little bit more ideas. Maybe this will give a little bit more of an opportunity to build zero-cost decks for multiple classes. That's definitely something that I want to look into. But yeah, okay.
Warrior is looking for some slower, tankier options with Shield Block, Bash, and Darius Crowley.
Shield Block is a card that I really, really missed in Warrior. Just a phenomenal card for Warrior because you gain armor and you draw cards of a cantrip, so it's a card that replaces itself. Basically, you don't lose a card by playing it, or you only lose the mana, and you get some armor, and there are lots of armor synergies in Warrior. So, okay. Darius never was that great anyway, so I don't know if that makes any difference, but all these Warrior cards with armor in them, they might make for some... On the other hand, like, they're bringing these in now, and we still have Kazakusan. And already, like, Contra Warrior is just removal, armor, and Kazakusan. And these are not going to make that any better. I mean, they're going to make that deck better, but the situation worse, maybe. We'll see. We'll need to see all of this stuff, of course.
Paladin is flying in on Wings of Dragons with Ember Watcher and Bronze Explorer. And did I almost forget? Ragnaros, the Light Lord!
We do get Ragnaros back. Ah, that's hilarious. Shame that we are losing Nesot at the same time, because obviously Elemental, yeah, well. But those dragons, Amber Watcher, Bronze Explorer, both of them were kind of okay-ish dragons. Bronze Explorer has gotten a stat buff, right? It used to be a 2-3, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. And yeah, Dragon Paladin, mid-range Dragon Paladin would be interesting to explore as well. Probably not going to be top tier though.
With Demon Hunter, we wanted to complete the story of Naga and transformation, so we're bringing back Wrathscale Naga and Metamorphosis, because they're awesome. There are so many more
not
cards
very
that
interesting
are
cards, I suppose.
So make sure you check out the Year of the Hydra blog and see all the cards that were added to core. As
Alright.
the Year of the Hydra begins, we must bid farewell to the expansions in the Year of the Phoenix.
Yep, she's Colomance, Madness of the Darkmoon Fair. Off they go. Librams are gone, for example.
That's it for me today. Look forward to seeing you in the ruins of Zinajari. Now I'm going to hand it off to Dean to talk about Battlegrounds.
Okay, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. They are bringing back a lot of old staples to the corset. It seems to be that they are increasing the power level of the corset. We'll see how that matches up with the more powerful meta overall. They're also reintroducing some of the worst randomness that I have seen in this game, so I'm really not excited about that aspect, but we'll see. I'll try to keep an open mind.
Hey everyone, my name's Dean, and I'm here to talk to you about Battlegrounds. Since its release in 2019, Battlegrounds has continued to grow in popularity. As a result of that,
Battlegrounds is quite popular.
Increased the size of the team, we've pushed out faster content updates, and we're prepared to do much more this year and beyond.
All right.
We're also excited that Hearthstone Esports is extending to include Battlegrounds with Lobby Legends.
That had to come eventually.
Players will be able to compete for a share of a $500,000 prize pool spread across multiple Battlegrounds events.
I wonder if Battlegrounds was going to become the main esport of Hearthstone, possibly in a year or two.
Battlegrounds changes as seasons.
Okay.
These will regularly come out just like standard expansions.
Okay.
In addition to new minions and heroes, Battleground seasons will also include a bunch of big changes to the core gameplay experience. This
So,
could
like
take the form
Fortnite
of
seasons?
a minion type, or it could be a new system change like buddies. Our first Battleground season of 2022 is right around the corner. We'll be introducing.
Does that mean that buddies
keywords,
is a temporary mechanic?
heroes, a whole bunch of new minions, and our newest minion type, Naga.
Yeah, well, coming was kind of a given.
Looking further ahead, we're also looking to bring progression systems into Battlegrounds. Our goal is to build a way for your progress and time spent in Battlegrounds games to translate into great Battlegrounds rewards. The team is hard at work, and we're looking to get this live in-game mid this year.
How does this all work with the rewards track and...
For a much more detailed overview.
Well,
next, let's talk
so
about
very little detail about
ways to
Battlegrounds so far.
customize your look and gameplay in Battlegrounds. We've come a whole long way from our original emotes. There's a dozen themes. There's numerous hero
There's
skins,
boards,
alternate characters,
bartenders.
custom boards.
Yeah.
We're really just getting started. There's more cooler cosmetics coming than ever before in 2022.
One of these things about this is like they're finally starting to try to make some money with Battlegrounds, which obviously was like originally the Battlegrounds system. There was just no way to monetize it. Completely free. They just aren't earning money from that, and lots of people are playing. So the most obvious way to include monetization in the Battlegrounds is cosmetics. And now they are really, really trying to emphasize that. They're trying to work hard on that so that they would actually get some money out of that, because of course Battlegrounds monetization compared to constructed format monetization, it's really lackluster.
Emotes are getting a huge facelift, and combat boards are really getting taken to the next level. While these examples are just some of the things that we're working on today, we've also got some bigger plans that include expanded competitive features and a revamp of the Battlegrounds hub screen. Now, looking beyond that is where we could use your help. We have some ideas ourselves, but we'd love to hear from you about what you want next. That could be new ways to play, new
and especially new ways to give us your money.
Anything that you can think of, we'd love to hear your suggestions. We've built a great team to support Battlegrounds, and we're committed to creating the most polished, most updated, and most complete game that Battlegrounds can be. That's all I have for you today. On behalf of the team, thank you for your continued feedback, and we look forward to a great 2022. Now, for a closer look at upcoming features, I'll pass it over to Nathan for today's final announcement.
All right, new features for the game.
Everyone.
All right, this is interesting. Hi, Nathan.
Executive producer for Hearthstone.
All right.
As you've heard from everyone today,
what do you have?
There's so much in the works for Hearthstone in 2022.
Well, we heard that everything good is coming, but like what specifically good is coming?
A refreshed core set for Standard and a new persistent endgame for Mercenaries. In addition to all the exciting content, this is also a year for us to deliver great new features, and we're pleased to share a few that are arriving soon. First up, you'll be able to favorite multiple card backs with Voyage to the Sunken City.
Right, that has been requested a few times. I've definitely seen that, like people like to have a bunch and then they can rotate randomly over those.
You'll have the option to equip a random hero skin, which will work similarly to the random card back.
Hello.
We are also making another notable improvement to the achievement system, where we'll be surfacing a recently completed section in the UI
that's good.
Claiming those
but we still have to click through everyone. Still no button to claim all. Ouch.
That in-game reporting would allow the community to help keep our tavern warm and welcoming for all. The team has been working on this feature for some time now, and I'm pleased to share that in-game reporting is arriving shortly after the launch of Voyage to the Sunken City. This includes the ability to report a specific battle tag or message received through the in-game chat. That wraps up today's Year of the Hydra update.
Well, that wasn't a ton of features now, was it?
Excited to set sail with us next
but
week when we embark on our voyage to the Sunken City. Thanks for watching, and remember to follow along at playhearthstone.com for the latest news. We'll see you all around the hearth for another great year.
Okay, so that sort of announcement left me a little bit lukewarm, I suppose. Like for Mercenaries, okay, a lot of promises, a lot of stuff that, hey, we're going to build this stuff up, we're going to build that, we're going to build this, but where are the actual results? We're still not seeing the actual results, so okay. I'm moderately interested, but I'm also still a little bit skeptical. As for the standard format, okay, they're increasing the power level of the core set overall. I think that's going to be a good thing. I don't know about the new expansion, I don't know about the competitiveness of the core set yet. We'll need more analysis on those, so we'll see how it goes. And for Battlegrounds, yeah, season sounds interesting, but again, there's very little flesh, very little substance so far to these like visions that, hey, we want to deliver this sort of experiences, but not much substance in this one. So I suppose we'll have to wait and see. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Twitch channel.